our next comedian for you this evening is, you know, don't listen to what the Brovertones tell you because we've got Kobi too. Kobi Tirey!
Couple fun facts. If you live in 302 Deep Bissell, your desk will say in white out, Ravi Shankar has no penis. I don't know who put it there, but I still think it's funny. I just realized that Ravi Shankar and Simon Rushdie aren't the same person, but they sound the same. Another fun fact, I don't know if you checked out these jelly things. They inform you quite boldly that there's in fact no cognac in them. I don't know where the fuck they're from, but I want to find out so that I don't actually get drunk every time I like want a snack. It's like, all right, here's some rice. Whoa! Sand buns. I was told somebody was going to show an Amarna. I keep wanting to say Amarna, and they're like, no, that is not the female section of Armani. Amarna. And they're like, what is that anyway? I was like, I don't know, it's some undergraduate society. So they're like, well, so what? It's just like a more pretentious version of Panarchy? And I was like, yeah, it is. Because in Panarchy, they do what you're supposed to do in college. Drugs. You guys, wine and cheese. Like, what is that? Do you join these groups so you have something to tell your grandmother when she asks you, like, how school was? Yes, Mom, I'm studying up on my Chardonnays and my goat cheeses. It's probably a good strategy, though. I'd have something to tell my grandmother. Anybody here from Manhattan? Yeah. Fuck 2 hours away. Fuck you, because I hate Manhattan. Manhattan's literally the worst place on the motherfucking earth. Every single time I walk around Manhattan, I have that feeling, I don't know if any of you have younger siblings, but if you do, I'm sure you know this thing. That feeling you get when they're about to open their mouths, and you're just like, don't do it. Like, don't talk, because like, whatever you're going to say, it's going to make me want to stab myself, and that's just the feeling I have when I'm in Manhattan. The city has no soul. Like, its greatest contribution to art was pop art, which was making the soulless art. But what I really don't understand is why New York City is so proud of its grid. Because at the end of the day, it's really just really efficient self-segregation. Like, I come from Boston. We have our ethnically defined neighborhoods. Everybody knows them now because Brad Pitt's a famous actor. And you know, like, but you go to the #1 shopping street, like the most exclusive shopping street in Boston, Newbury Street, you know, it starts off with the Ritz-Carlton, and with Armani, and Amarna, with Burberry and all this shit, and then you move down slowly, and then you finally end up in Condom World. Because it's like, because it's an organic city, like shit just happens. But no, in Manhattan, no, like, this is the block where the rich Jews live, and this is where the Orthodox Jews live, and this is where the Jews who celebrate Christmas and Hanukkah live. Like, no, like, you can play Battleship with these neighborhoods. Hitler could not have designed a more efficient ghetto. Like, I don't get it. Why are you proud of that? It's not like a Red Sox thing, it's just stupid. Just continue with some Nazi jokes. I don't know, people have heard me tell this joke, so they know it, but the rest of you might not. I'm actually a minority. I'm a dual citizen of Germany, and most of you are probably saying, it's not a real minority. And even if it were, when that minority's in the majority, they just kill other minorities. But let me tell you, it is hard to be German in this country, because everywhere you go, everybody wants to talk about Hitler. It's like, oh, I heard he was half Jewish. I heard he was quarter Jewish. I heard he was gay. Who cares? Like, who cares if the man was a hypocrite? He killed 6 million Jews. Like, that's bad enough. Like, Voldemort guy was a great guy by me until 1.5 books in. I realized he was a half Muggle, like the fucker. Like, anyway, I lost all faith in humanity the other day on the internet because that's what the internet's for. And there's this website called dabagirls.com. New York Times reported on it. I don't know if you've heard of it. DABA stands for Dating a Banker Anonymous. It's literally, it's the blog of a support group of like 20-something-year-olds who are like running around Manhattan and they have no idea what to do with themselves because their rich eye-making boyfriends don't have time or money for them anymore. And like it's like the usual stuff. Like some of these stories are actually sad. Like these like two very successful people who like you really kicked it off. Now they don't have time for each other, and there's really stupid things, and they're like, he was the spicy mayonnaise on my tuna roll, and like shit like that. But then sometimes they start like really like developing this like code of ethics, where you just really want to shoot yourself, because like it's like there's this one where this like 20-something-year-old's talking about how like she was sleeping with this like 40-something-year-old iBanker, and she's like, ah, when are you gonna take me on vacation again to the Bahamas? And he's like, well, finances are tight. My wife actually cares about shit now, so like we're not gonna get away with it. And she's like, well, like no, but like what are you gonna do to make it up to me? And he's like, I can't talk about this right now. And she's like, no, I'm too hot to be treated like this. I understand that there are bitches in this world. Like this concept is where like that's you just gotta take it. However, there are parentheses after that statement, and they say like, note, like, I realize that I might sound bitchy here, but I only did it because it usually works. You have the intelligence to take a step back and recognize the fact that you are being a manipulative bitch, and then you justify it to yourself because you're good at it. Like that, no. And then it keeps going, just like, oh, like, and then he's like, no, look, I have to fire like 50 people, and they all have families. That's not the interesting part. And then she's like, no, like, do something about it. And he's like, Jesus Christ, you are so 24. Which she is. And then so it continues, like, I was like, oh, later he apologized. Fine, he apologized for raising his voice, for like calling her out on something that's obviously a sensitive subject, his thing. He said that my age was one of the most endearing qualities about me. She knows that he's only sleeping with her because of her age. He knows that she's only sleeping with him because of his money. No! And we're like, oh, but they're honest with each other. It's okay. No, it's not okay. This is where this website turns me into a social conservative, because it is exactly that philosophy that got us into the motherfucking financial crisis in the first place. Somebody sat down at a table and was just like, well, I know this is wrong, but boy, does it look good on paper. Of course, the piece of the response on this fucking thing is this woman describing her boyfriend sat her down to break up with him, and he literally said, darling, how do I put this? Well, just, in these tough economic times, I just don't have enough money to buy American anymore, and I can just literally, the word literally, that's not my word, his word. What the fuck just ran across there? Is that like a mouse?
No, I felt something touch my foot.
Anyway. Point is, I can literally get more bang for my buck with a foreign model. So invest in mail order brides, people, because like that's the way of the future. Just some more rants I have. Hipsters. Fuck hipsters.